To be honest, I put this one in as a joke. I'm actually kind of surprised that it got so much traction. I don't know if it's because it was a 2-for-1 deal or if people actually found the characters appealing, but here we go.
Very good, sir.
Gattenmeier!
Anyway, I figured I'd do Verygoodsir and Gattenmeier together as the two of them are very similar, both being yokai servants similar to Whisper, hence why all three of them have the black-rimmed eyes with a line between them, although Gattenmeier's appear to be glasses that are clipped to her earlobe? Weird. Starting with Verygoodsir, or Sebastian in Japanese, who acts as a sort of superior to Whisper, being more competent in basically every way. He sort of takes on the English Victorian-era butler mystique in his design. His Japanese name Sebastian is a common name in Latin-speaking countries. There are lots of people who have the name Sebastian, with Saint Sebastian coming to mind in particular. That's it! No puns or anything. His name is just Sebastian. Now, as to why he has that name, it's seen as a stereotypical name for a fancy butler. Sebastian invokes the same imagery in Japan as the name Jeeves would in the United States. And there's actually a lot of butler characters in Japan that are named Sebastian.
Very well then, Sebastian.
Who?
I would assume all butlers are named Sebastian, no? I guess that's one way of looking at it. Say something amusing, Sebastian.
No way.
Now, this stereotype likely stems from an animated adaptation of Heidi, a story about a girl who lives in the mountains with her grandfather before one day being moved to a mansion in the city, where Sebastian is the butler of Clara, one of the main characters. Now, of course, outside of Japan, the name Sebastian invokes a very different kind of character, so it basically had to be changed. It was changed from Sebastian to Verygoodsir in order to sound like your typical snooty British butler. Gattenmeier, the housekeeping yokai, on the other hand, is supposed to be German. I kinda hope she has a thick Bavarian accent when she appears in the dub. Now, Gattenmeier's name is really a pun on the name Rottenmeier and the Japanese word gatten, which is part of her catchphrase.
Gatten shouchi desu.
Which is sort of a redundant double affirmative, like received and understood, or I heard you loud and clear. This ties into her gimmick where Gattenmeier will complete any request you make of her to the letter, whether you like it or not. It makes sense in context. For example, if you say you want to eat pudding until you burst, well...
Gatten shouchi desu. Shouchi desu. Shouchi desu. Shouchi desu. ちょっと待って。もうお腹いっぱいだよ。お腹いっぱい？まだ3個入ります。もう入らないって。入ります。
And not even Orochi can stop her! Now, I'm sure a lot of you are also thinking, Gattenmeier? Doesn't that kinda sound like Godmother? As in of the fairy godmother variety? Well, that's pretty accurate if her flapping apron ribbons are any indication. The Gatten in her name, sounding kind of like the German word for God, sort of makes it 2 puns for the price of 1, since she also seems to be in the wish-granting business. Now, as for the name Rottenmeier, that's actually based off of the character Fraulein Rottenmeier from Heidi. What? How deep does it go? How deep does this hidey hole go?